Would you like to see a third party or independent candidate debate with the Republican and the Democratic presidential hopeful? Well, almost 50 very well-known former elected and appointed officials, they do. Coming from both the red and the blue affiliation, they are working together on a new initiative called Change the Rule. This is an effort to make it easier for independent candidates to participate of official presidential debates in the next election year. The objective is to challenge the Commission on Presidential Debates with a proposed signature competition among independent candidates. Whoever can prove by April 30 of the election year that they will be on the ballot in enough states to collect 270 electoral votes, the necessary to win the presidency, well, they get a shot at debating with the Republican and Democratic candidate. Former Senator Joe Lieberman argued that the commission makes it impossible for a third-party candidate to participate in these debates. And I quote, "The two-party system is not working in the best interest of our country, and it needs to be challenged and, in some sense, assaulted," said Lieberman, who called the current 15% barrier an unfair obstacle. Nick, as the rules state right now, if you don't have 50% of the most recent national poll, you cannot participate. Obviously, the commission, bipartisan commission, gets to choose what are the 5 polling companies that make this 15%. They are claiming that this is a necessary step. We need to open the debates in order to prevent partisan politics from taking the stage.
Yeah, of course. Of course we do. But it's like, you know, allowing them to run, that's one thing. They're probably not going to win, let's be honest, because these third-party guys, these smaller guys, they're probably going to talk about all the things that the other ones do, like the crazy stuff, like cutting back on military spending and legalizing marijuana and preposterous things like that. So I'm not going to say that, you know, this is going to change everything all of a sudden, but it's pretty cool that at least now, you know, we know that, oh wait, we can actually choose, anybody can run.
Exactly.
We're not stuck to these two.
And that is exactly what they're saying, that the presence of independent players on the debate arena, it's going to bring it's going to reshape the issues that we talk. And they're going to prevent the candidates to appeal more to the core constituents of their parties and not to the country as a whole. Because then these independent or third-party candidates can bring new issues that they might not touch upon because they're not necessarily in the agenda of the Reds or the Blues. And ultimately, this hurts the democracy, and it hurts the way we choose the vice president and the president, and it needs to change and it opens up. So obviously this is something that was made through a letter by this informal group. It's a petition to the commission, and what they're saying is that the commission is kind of obsolete. That the commission, what is doing, instead of thinking about process and how to be a better instrument for the election, the commission is right at the middle. It's a obstacle for political reform in the country, because they make it so hard for independents to go into debate because they're protecting their bipartisan interest. They have, you know, it's a commission that is made by Democrats and Republicans, and then they're keeping it close so there's no new voices in the process, and they want to change this. And it's important to say that from these 50 former officials, they are both Republican and Democrat. So they want to see the change.
It's almost like a rigged system. Like, it can't change. They make it so that it cannot change. And usually you don't think about that. When you think of the U.S., you think of free elections, democracy, all these things. You usually associate these sort of things with other countries. But it happens here just as much, just much more low-key.
Well, the numbers are in. And I'm going to tell you a few percentages. 62% of Americans, they do not think that the federal government has the consent of the people. Then this is even harsher. 86% feel the political system is broken and does not serve the interest of the country. 81% believe that it's important for us to have the option to vote for an independent candidate, and 65% say they wish they had the option to vote for an independent candidate during the presidential election. So I think that most of the people in the country, they want to open up the system. I think the bipartisan system seems a bit antiquated for the times, and I don't think it represents the the country as it stands right now, and it's just protecting their self-interest. So let us know what you think. Is it time for us to have an open presidential debate with more candidates and not only the Republicans or the Democrats? Let us know what you think in the comments, and please subscribe to the Lib TV.